Hello students, so today our topic is multi-level inheritance in C++. In previous lecture we have seen how single and multiple inheritance we do in our program, and today we will see how multi-level works. So multi-level inheritance, the process in which a derived class inherits traits from another derived class is called multi-level inheritance. A derived class with multi-level inheritance is declared as given below. So in this diagram also you can see here that first we will create base class and then derived class, in which it will derive this derived class 1 is inheriting the property of base class, and later we can see in derived class 2 is inheriting the property of derived class 1. So this is a structure followed in this multi-level inheritance, and in declaration format we can see what is followed, that multi-level inheritance, we will make same base class as we used to make a simple class then base class name, and then whatever the members we want to keep inside the base class we can keep in this open and close curly braces in between this. Okay, and after that we're using semicolon, we will close this class, and when we will create derived class we will write class, keyword class will be written as same as it is, and then whatever name we want to give to the derived class we will write next to class, and then this colon sign, and here any of the visibility mode, public, private or protected. After that the properties this derived class want to access will be, from which class we will access we will write the class name, and then open and close whatever the members we want to keep. And now what is different in multi-level, that it will have another derived class, that is derived class 2. We are making one more derived class, and now after colon visibility mode we will write public or private or protected, and after that we will access the property of derived class 1. So again the new members whatever we want to keep we can keep here. So this is how it is going one by one, like base class will create, then the derived class can access the base class properties, and then derived class 1 properties will be accessed inherited by derived class 2. So in such a way when we create a class, that one derived class inherit the properties from base class, then another new derived class can derive the property from derived class. So this is the concept of multi-level. Now we are going to see using a program how we will write. So let's start this program and understand how the multi-level program works. So this is the same program which we did for multiple inheritance. So in the multiple inheritance concept, in previous video, you can see that there was 2 base class and 1 derived class, but in multi-level there will be 1 base class, and for that base class there will be 1 derived class, and then again for the derived class there will be one more new derived class which will inherit the property of derived class 1. Okay, so here we are creating one class student. It is having the same members name, roll number is our data member, enter is our function which is having the coding for taking input from user, that is name and roll number. It is the same program, just we have changed the inheriting format. Okay, that is multi-level. So inside class enter, inside this member function enter, we have this coding to take values of name and roll from the user, and display function to display those details. These all things are in class student. So here our class is open for the student class and it is closed here. So we have this content in class student, and further there is input class. Okay, so this input class is deriving the property of class student. Okay, so this is our derived class 1 and this is our base class, and this is our access mode which is we have kept public, and after colon. So in declaration format we have seen base class was created, that is created in the top, that is student. This is student is our base class, and then after creating base class we are creating here derived class 1. So input is our derived class 1, and after colon access mode we have written our base class name. Student is our base class, and inside input we have kept the coding to take detail from user, that you enter your marks in a print function. So in input class what we have kept, there is one data member and one member function print, and inside print there is coding to take the marks from the user, and this is closed. Now see the sequence: derived class 1 from base class, this is deriving the property, input is deriving the property of input is inheriting the property of student, and next again we are creating one more derived class, but here it is accessing the property of derived class 1. Our derived class was input, and now this derived class 2 is inheriting the property of derived class 1. So we can see multi-level is created here. So colon public, and then we have written in input, and in input we have kept the coding to take the values from result. We have taken the values of marks from the above classes, and then this is the coding to check in which division it is. So we did already in last video this coding explanation. So this coding inside this grade is to check whether the entered marks, whatever marks we are receiving, is in which division. So we have used the if statement for this, and here class is closed, and this sequence is same as before. Using we are making, because the last derived class, that is derived class 2, was grade, so using grade we are creating object, and this object can access all the functions. This functions was in class student, and then class input, and then finally class grade. So this way we have seen that using multi-level, the final derived class was able to access the members, the functions of the classes which was inherited. It was able to access the derived class 1 function also and the base class also, this final derived class 2 class object. Okay, so it will show you the same output which was there in the previous. So this is enter name and roll number. So let's enter one name, Sony, roll number 11, and check your entered details again. N is E is missing here, we'll correct it now, and then enter your marks 66. So Tell me 66 will should be in which division according to our coding concept. Here whatever we have done in if, it should come in first division. So let me press enter and then we'll see. So first division, so coding is good and execution is also correct, output is also correct. So just here we have missed one alphabet in it, entered here E. So it should be done. Now it will show enter. Okay, so this was multi-level inheritance. Thing you have to keep in mind: the base class, then the derived class will inherit this in this line. Derived class 1 is inheriting base class, and then derived class 2 is inheriting derived class 1. Okay, and so because the final derived class, that is derived class 2, is grade, so it can access input also and it can access student members also. Okay, that's why we have created object for grade class, and using its object we can access all the members of the above classes. So this was the concept of multi-level inheritance. Hope you all understood, and just try to make a program on the concept of multi-level. You can again come with new ideas, take some new values from the user and try to do something with it innovative, like we have calculated the division and what some programs which you have sent the output, there was some new concepts. So good, and let's see what do you do with multi-level. So make a program using multi-level concept. So great, this is the program output for entering the name and age of a employee, and then after, in one class it has been taken, and in another class salary of employees taken, and in another class uh, the properties are inherited by these two classes, and finally we get the grade for the employee. So nicely done, good job, and come with more good programs. Good.
Thank you. God bless you all.